Hey, how you doing? Happy Wednesday. I hope you are well. I hope you are good. Hello and welcome back to the stream. We are back for 2021. Oh yeah. Here we are. Hey Sunday Sketches. Hey Alan, how you doing? Welcome. So welcome back to the stream. We've had a couple of weeks off. It's been nice and relaxing and chilling, but I tell you what, I cannot wait to get back to my painting. I did some Unboxing Day, which in the UK is the day after Christmas Day, and I haven't done any since then because I've been working on a Mosaic. So now I'm like, oh my god, I really need to get back into the painting. So I'm going to do a little bit of painting today, but I also wanted to let you know that these streams are all about support. So they are a place that you can come to every week and have a little check-in with me and the other people in the community. Have a little check-in, just like see how you're feeling, you know what I mean? Like creatives need to be around other creative people. We need to feel supported, nurtured. We need to know that everything's going to be all right, that we just kind of can be there for each other, talk about our artwork, talk about the things that are happening in our lives, in the world, and all that kind of stuff. So I hope that you will use this time now and in the future, every Wednesday at 7 o'clock, to come in and do that with us, because this is what this is here for. This is my primary motivation with these live streams, is to be a support structure for you and the other members of the community. So whether you're here live, which is amazing if you can get here live, or on the replay, I hope that you definitely feel that from me. Hey buddy, how's it going? You're right. Hey Alicia, happy new year. We made it to the new year. I'm sure you're thinking, well, hold on Leona, it's like nearly the middle of January. But I'm still going to say Happy New Year. English people, we always kind of like to say Happy New Year for as long as possible. And I think this one in particular, we need it a little bit more than usual, right? So I'm starting a new painting today. I'm going to show you the mosaic that I've been working on today. I've got a new book to share with you that I'm going to read a little bit out of for you today. And yeah, I just really want to kind of like just emphasize the fact that these are streams, supportive streams for you. That's their purpose. This is here for you to come and chat with me live about projects you're working on. And especially if you're an artist resource member, so if you're a member of my academy, we can talk about the projects that are that you're learning at the moment through the academy. So this month in January is the Matisse painting. So the Matisse woman with the hat. For 3 weeks, that's what's going on in the Artist Resource Academy. And also there's some creativity games coming up, which I am so excited about talking to you guys about, because the creativity games are something that I designed quite a long time ago. And I was like, where can I put these activities? And finally, the academy is the place they're going to live. So I look forward to talking to you all about that as well. So we've got loads of things coming up, loads of good, fun stuff coming up. So I hope you will join me on the journey. I hope you're well, matey. I'm doing good. I got my cup of tea. Have you got your cup of tea ready? GJJ, hi, I actually made the stream in time. Woohoo! What's your name? How you doing? Welcome. Come on in. And hello to the people that are watching that aren't commenting as well, because I know I do get some viewers that like to just sit and not log in and just sit and watch, and that is fine and dandy as well. So what have you been up to? What have you been managed to be creative? Sometimes it's a bit trickier, and with everything going on in the world, I think the motivation levels can really kind of plummet, right? So we need to find ways to connect and like actually get the motivation going. And again, that's another reason I'm doing the streams here, is so that you can feel like you can check in with me every week and you can feel like you've done something in the week. So up until this point, think, what can I do before Wednesday? What can I do for the following Wednesday? What lessons am I working on in the academy every week? and all that kind of lovely stuff. I am a person. Hello. That is such a funny name. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. My Volvic water for you. Well, that is, I mean, there's top trumps. That's the best possible drink you can have. So good for you. My name is Grace. Welcome, Grace. How you doing? Happy Wednesday. Nice to see you any chance I get. Well, you know this is the guaranteed slot. This is the guaranteed slot for you. I love the art behind you. Thank you so much. This is a Nicholas Roerich painting that is going to be available in the Academy actually next month. But I just love it so much. It's so beautiful. And this is a Edmund Guillaume painting from 1895 that I interpreted, which I actually did on the stream. If you have a look in some of the old streams, I did that one on the stream. That isn't going to be available in the Academy because it's a little bit too complicated for beginners, and I like to bring projects that are really, really good for beginners. So the Nicholas Roerich one is really, really good if you've never painted ever in your whole entire life. This one is a really good one to have a go with. It's really, really simple. And I'm going to be doing another Nicholas Roerich one today, so I'm excited about that. Glad my name made you laugh. You can call me Emma for short. Hi Emma, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Your paintings are really good. Thank you, Alicia. You're so lovely. Bless your little heart. Thank you. If you're wondering why there are some like interpretations of famous paintings behind me, that is because when you interpret a famous artist's work, it gives you the confidence to make your own art. So when you realise that you can look at a famous artist's work and look at the colours and look at the shapes and look at the textures and look at the forms and look at the lines and look at perspective and all the different elements that make up a painting, when you look at that and when you really get into it, when you actually do it for yourself, which is completely different than just looking at it, when you actually take the time to go step by step and make your own interpretation of a famous painting, it gives you not only all the technicalities of like how to paint and how to do perspective and all that lovely stuff, but it gives you the confidence to be able to do it yourself and then go forward in making your own art. So that's why a lot of my projects that I teach tend to look at famous artists' work, because the benefits are like just so many. There's so many benefits. But of course, I'm also bringing to you in these streams some lovely projections in the background. I've got my projector on and I've got all the layers happening. We've got like a spiral. We've got this kind of funky thing happening here. We've got more things over here. We got a fireplace because we need to keep a little bit warm, don't we? It's a bit cold. And look, there's a little fox in the corner, which is quite cute. So we got all the things. So yeah, this is my first time watching one of your streams. How often do you stream? Every Wednesday at this time, so 7 p.m. GMT. Where are you in the world, Emma? So if you're in the UK, that is 7 p.m, which is right now. If you're in America, that's 11 a.m. Pacific. Hold on, let me remember. 11 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Central, and 2 p.m. Eastern. So they're the time zones that I know. What you can do is look at your clock right now and be like, okay, this is the time every Wednesday. Yeah, so once a week, usually for around an hour. I was doing around an hour and a half, something like that. And obviously you can pop in anytime, grab a cup of tea. I like having a good old chit chat for the first 10 minutes or so. Then I do a bit of painting and obviously chit chatting the whole way through. And then I like to read a little something. So I've got a brand new book and I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. I like the background behind you. Thank you, Grace. Welcome, welcome. Whereabouts are you from? I'm in the United States. It's 2 p.m. right now. Okay, so you're Eastern, right? Eastern time. Leona the Adorable One, Always next to the great paintings. Lights, holding a cuppa. Exactly. This is my favourite cup as well. Do you remember that painting stream I did and it worked out the same colours? I was like, oh my god, I had like a inception moment. I'm in New York. Oh my god, I want to go to New York so badly. This is how much I want to go to New York, right? I've got, in this book that I'm going to talk to you about, I have got loads of New Yorker postcards. So like, there you go. There's my little collection to you. Have you ever bought a New Yorker magazine? But the artworks are amazing. I've got another one actually. I've got another one down here. Got this one with the Santas on it. Super cute. Yep, I'm near the Pacific in the United States. Whoop whoop. It's 11:12 for me. Yes. So see, I know it's always an advantage telling people what the time zones are in America. And I know there's other people. We have someone coming in from India. We have someone coming in from Trinidad and Tobago. I can't remember any other ones. There was someone from Spain. But apart from that, it tends to be like the UK or America. Closest I've been to New York was Newark Airport. Really? I've been to LA before a couple of times, which is both very lovely, but I wouldn't live in LA. It's not the kind of place for me. I feel like New York would be the place for me more. I've been to San Francisco, which I absolutely loved, and had a great time there. About 10 years ago. Oh my god, 10 years ago. 10 years ago. Oh my gosh, 10 years ago. The time flies. The time does fly. So let me know what art you've been working on. So my main thing that I've been doing is Mosaic. So I had another Mosaic commission. This one is to New Jersey. So the one that I completed before went to Dallas. And the one that I'm making now is going to New Jersey. Do you want to see it? I'll show you it. I live a few hours away from LA. Amazing. I've been to Fairfax as well. Let me think of another. I've been to San Diego, San Francisco. I'm trying to think of, there's another place that I went to. What's it called? Oh, Reno. I'm just from a boring state where what we are mostly known for is soybeans and corn. Well, everyone needs soybeans and corn, right? That was actually one of the amazing things about going to California. I remember driving down and there was just like fields and fields of like walnut trees, and almond tree. Oh, actually, maybe it was almond trees, not walnut trees. This was 10 years ago. I think it was almond trees actually. Like fields of, just went on forever. Like in the UK, when you go past farms and things, it's only like a couple of miles, but in the US it just goes on forever and ever and ever and ever. And San about an hour and a half from San Francisco. And you saying you are? I went to Florida in 2008, so long time. Yeah, right. How was Florida? I've been trying out painting during the winter break from school. And how you getting on? You getting on all right? Hey Leona, nice to see you. Hey Pooja, welcome. Happy New Year, sweetie. I know it's nearly the middle of January, but I'm saying Happy New Year anyway because this is my first stream. How you been? How's your art going? Is it going all right? I hope it's going good. I've been working on watercolour paintings, and yes, show us the art. Yes, show us your watercolour paintings. If you follow me on Facebook, if you want to follow me on any of my socials, here's my socials. You can always share things with me, like DM me. I'd love to see your artwork. That would be amazing. I love to see what people are working on all the time. My full-time job is teaching art to adults and children. I've been doing it for 13 years now. So yeah, so if you ever want to show me anything, I'll be very interested to see. boiling. That's Florida for you. Yeah, that is the trouble. I remember being in Los Angeles and being so happy to go into shops. See, because the difference is, this is why I think I would like New York better, is because in LA you have to drive everywhere, and it's like, I do drive, but like I do like to walk to shops. But when you're in LA, you want to go to shops so badly because it's so nice and cool, because the AC is on everywhere. So you're like, I just got to get out of the heat. I just don't want all this, just too hot. And I mean, look at my skin. I'm fair. I don't do the sun very well. Do you know what I mean? I've been to Florida. Oh, that's cool. Oh, happy Wednesday, Angeli. Happy Wednesday, darling. So happy you could join. How are you? We've got some new people in today. We've got Grace and Emma. Welcome to them. Sorry, I was having a hard time logging in. How is everybody? Thanks for messaging and also reminding me. Oh yeah, well, I thought because this is the first one of the year, I thought I'd best send some few messages out. So I messaged my regular folks to say that I'm back. So now that you know, you got Wednesday in your brain, you're like, this is the time I can chill out with Leona, have a cup of tea, remember my art, remember the importance of creativity. I've been to Florida too. How was it for you? Is it good? I'm from Indiana and our weather is cold, but it's supposed to be beautiful in Indiana, isn't it? I'm trying to think if I know any facts about Indiana. Let us know some facts. I'm going to show you my mosaic. Hold on. Yeah, let me know some facts. I like a good fact about a place. Lots of my followers are from Texas, and including Angeli. And I tell you what, I've discovered so many things about Texas. One of the things of which Angeli told us last time was that she had a vulture in her garden. And I was just completely mind blown, because there's no way in the UK or London, where I live, that you're ever going to see a vulture. It's just never going to happen. I was like, oh my god, I actually saw a picture of this very rare vulture the other day and it gave me a bit of a fright. I was like, this is actually a little bit scary. It was weird, but it was colourful actually. I always thought vultures were just kind of dull looking, but it had a colourful face, and I was like, what is happening? I didn't know vultures could be colourful. Who knew? Anyway. I'm not actually really good at art, but I made this robot that I painted, and it actually made a better painting than I could have ever painted. You made a robot that painted? That sounds amazing. That sounds so great. Oh my god, tell us more. You made a robot that could paint. I'm impressed. We used to have this thing in the UK called Robot Wars. It was a TV show and it was hosted by Craig Charles, who was in, oh my god, I've forgotten the name of that science fiction program. Someone tell me the thing I'm thinking of. Oh god, I can see it in my mind. Anyway, it was a TV show all about massive robots that people built, and then they would have fights in these arenas, and it was a really popular show. It was so good, actually. It was really good. Well, I live in very deep country, so we have infinite cornfields. We have tons of deers, though. Oh my god, I love deers so much. They're so beautiful. Actually, in London, there are a few deers in a few places. Richmond Park, there's deers, which you can just literally walk in the park and there's loads of them. It's amazing. And also Epping Forest. You can walk there and occasionally see a deer if you're lucky. And if you do, it's like you feel totally blessed. You're like, oh my god. Oh no, they fly above our garden and they hang out down the street. That would just so freak me out. How big are they? Because they're pretty big birds, right? Pooja, I sent you my latest art on Facebook private message just now. Amazing. I'll have a look afterwards. Thank you. I love your work. It's so beautiful. It's such a lovely touch to it. Really nice, really gentle. It's okay. If you're not lying there dead, then you are fine. They won't come after you. Robot Wars. Yeah, but what was that show? It's on the tip of my tongue that Craig Charles was in. The science fiction series in the 80s. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh my god. I used to watch Robot Wars as well. Oh my god, did you? I'm really good at only mechanical engineering, not art. But that's still super creative. Super creative. There is a bit of creativity in everything. And creativity is not just about being artistic, but it's also about the way you think. Right? And that really segues really well into my academy stuff. Because, you know, I was saying I've got some creativity games coming up in January. Oh my gosh. They're so good. It's all about training your creative brain and using it to just become using it kind of to put in your everyday life. So not just in your work, but in your personal life, relationships, so many different things. If you have a creative brain and you train your creative brain, you can use it for so many things. It will get you, it always will help you solve problems. It's just so amazing. I'll tell you more about it another time. And we have tons of bats as well, really. Oh my gosh. Oh, thanks. That's all right. Mira's in the house. Happy Wednesday, Mira. How you doing? Red Dwarf. Thank you. Thank you. You couldn't resist. You were lurking then. And you were like, I've got to say. I've got to type it. Miss catching you, great to see you. It's great to see you as well, sweetheart. How's it going? You surviving all right? Short Circuit, is that the movie you're thinking of? No, I was thinking of a TV show called Red Dwarf. Have you seen it? It was from the 80s and it had that guy in it that I was telling you about a second ago who then went on to host Robot Wars. And actually he's a DJ as well, and I saw him live DJ and he's really good. Do you want to see my Mosaic anyway? Let's segue back to that. Oh yeah, that show is amazing. I thought you'd seen it. I thought you'd be into it actually, Angela, because you like a bit of science fiction, don't you? We like a bit of science fiction. Actually, I tell you what, before all the lockdowns happened last Christmas actually, I bought myself, I'm quite into science fiction as well, and I bought myself Arthur C. Clarke's full compendium of short stories that he's ever written. And then the lockdowns happened last March and I felt like throwing the book away. I was like, I don't want to know about anything science fiction now. I'm good. We've had we're in the lockdown world. That's enough. But actually now I'm kind of getting back into it. I just joined. I hope I didn't miss much. You didn't miss much. I'm just having a chit chat. We're having a chit chat. We're catching up. We've got some new people today. So we're having a chit chat about where we're from, what art we do, what we've missed doing. Like, what have you missed doing? Is there something that you haven't really done over the kind of holiday season that you want to get back into? Glad I caught your reminder on Instagram. Yes. I was like, quick. I've got 2 minutes. I've got 4 minutes to go. Yeah, thank you, sweetie. Thanks for joining. I feel like Red Dwarf is my first favourite sci-fi show. Yeah. I mean, I think that would have introduced quite a lot of people into science fiction, right? I remember when I was really, really little, one of the first things I saw was the original Planet of the Apes movie. And I must have been about 5 or 6. And the end shot with the sand and the Statue of Liberty immersed in the sand literally got etched in my brain. I was like, what is this? This is amazing. And I was into science fiction ever since then. I was like, oh my god. I like Red Dwarf too. Show us the Mosaic. So this is it. It's not finished. This is going all the way to New Jersey very soon. There you go. I've got to be very careful with it. we go. It says Ross Avenue. Well, this is the hand I'm trying to do. There you go. So if I bring it a bit closer. There you go. I don't know why it to be completely silent when I was doing that. Just completely just be quiet for that time there. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I'm working on right now. Cool, that's amazing. That's incredible. Thank you. That looks really good. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, so I've been making mosaic signs for over 10 years. I've got some public artworks. I've got a huge one that I built with about 50 people in Muswell Hill, which is North London. I've got one in an allotment site which was opened by the Prime Minister of the UK. I've got lots of little ones in lots of little places. I've got a huge one in Beverly Hills. I've got some massive sculptures in a park in Mile End. There's quite a lot of things happening. Craig Charles 6 music show, yes, so good, so good. I saw him live actually play a really good set a couple of years ago now. Oh, I want to get back and see live music. I'm really missing my friends. I haven't seen my friends and family in months. I've been stuck in my apartment. Oh, look, we can be your surrogate friends for now. I think that's what we got to do, right? We got to find all these little things that we can just help us along the way, all these little resources for us. It's all available. You just kind of got to find it, and then when you find it, you got to just hang on to it. Do you know what I mean? There's all these little things around. Thank you everyone for your lovely comments about the mosaic. I love it. We have a very well-known Ross Avenue here in Dallas, do you? Well, this one is it's not a street. This one isn't for a street sign. This is for someone's private residence, and it's going to go into their tiling in their kitchen. So in New York, and you'll know this, who was it that was from New York? Was it Grace or Emma? Remind me who it was who was from New York. But obviously the subway signs in New York, they have all the beautiful mosaic subway signs. So what some people like to do is when they've had a holiday or a vacation in New York, they remember that thing. And I've made 3 of those already, where I make kind of like an imitation New York subway sign but with someone's name in it. So that's the 3rd one of those I've done. And I actually love doing that. Thank you, Alan. It's relaxing, but it's also, you got to do it right. Do you know what I mean? You've got to do it right. My friend makes mosaic and she asked me for help breaking glass, and I'll pottery for her. Oh, really? Oh, that's nice. That's so amazing. Your mosaics are just perfection. Thank you. You have to be very, very particular. This is why I love painting so much as well, because it's a relief, like a release from doing something that's something that you have to do. So I don't like using the word perfect, but it kind of is the best word. That, you know, you need to do other things that don't require you to be so particular. That's a good word, particular. And I find painting is a little bit more forgiving, which is especially why it's good for beginners. So you don't have to you can just be easier on yourself about those kind of things, you know what I mean? And I think you can be easier about it with anything, really. I mean, you could be easy about it with mosaics, but when you go to doing something on commission, so when you do an art form on commission, you have to make sure that you're really, really, really good at it, do you know what I mean, to make money from it. So yeah, they're made perfectly. Oh, Alicia, you're lovely. Kat checking in. Hi, Kat. How you doing? Happy Wednesday. Welcome. Happy New Year. We made it to a new year. Yeah. Oh, it was you. It was Grace. Grace from New York. Oh, that's really clever. I think it was Grace because I'm in Indiana. I am a person is from Indiana. You got to tell us a fact about Indiana. Let me know a fact. Let me know a fact. Thank you, Alan. That's really sweet. Yeah, I agree. Painting is so hard for me, but I still paint every day. Look, it's not. It's not difficult. What's happening is you're probably doing things that are too difficult for where you're at right now. You want to do things that are easier. You want to backtrack and do some things that are more freeing and more easy, and then start doing things that are more complicated. You want to do things that don't take too long as well. Like, you don't want to do anything that's more than 3 hours. You know what I mean? That's anything more than that is like, you're not going to feel good. You want to do things that you can complete them and then move on, which is like the lessons, incidentally, in my art academy. You do the lessons and then you move on to something else, because you don't want to hang around. Hanging around with an artwork for too long, like, personally, I don't think it's particularly healthy, unless you absolutely love it, to work on a piece for years. I cannot think of anything more kind of soul destroying than hanging on an artwork for more than a year. I mean, you just be like, no, want to do other things. I've got my creativity to let out. Do you know what I mean? Do something easier. That's true. You can always start over or cover up. Exactly. Start over. I believe in starting over. If you just start over afresh, you can just be like, oh, I don't have to worry about that thing. If you start patching something up, I tell you what, if you have to patch something up more than twice, don't bother. Just think, I'm going to do something else. You know what I mean? Do something else. I think I've only painted one painting that was kind of okay. Oh no! I bet they're not that bad. I bet you're being hard on yourself. Another thing, creative people, hard on ourselves. Why are we so hard on ourselves? Yeah, do something easier. Do something easier. Yeah, it's true. I always want to do the advanced stuff, but I'm not advanced. Exactly. Why? Why bother? I mean, life's short, you know, and especially in these lockdown times. Like, you want to do things that, like, you feel really good about, and that you can just done on to the next one. Like the Foo Fighters say, done on to the next one. I'm with that. Don't hang around too long. Stay motivated. Stay uplifted. You know what I mean? That's the stuff of life. You know, that's what I'm trying to bring you with these streams. Colourful, energizing, uplifting, still relaxed, still chill, but like make you just feel like life's all right, you know? Life's good. Creativity is where it's at. I used to be bad at painting, but now I'm actually getting better. Yes, you are. Your paintings are beautiful. Fun fact, our state dessert is... our state dessert... our state dessert is sugar cream pie. Another fact, baseball was practically born in Indiana. Check out the facts. The facts are here and the facts are right now. Thank you very much, Emma. We've got the facts of Indiana. Sugar cream pie. I've never had sugar cream pie. Is it nice? Grace is loving baseball. We also have one of the most haunted cemeteries. Did you know, actually, around where I live in London, there's a cemetery where Karl Marx was buried. There you go. Dun, dun, dun. Little fact for you guys. I'm not the biggest fan of haunted cemeteries. Well, you know, you've got to be that kind of person. I'm actually not that kind of person. I'm much more bring the colourful vibes. Let's do the colourful vibes. Let's leave the haunted cemeteries to the goths and those kind of people. They can do that. They've got that covered. The goths and the vampires, the Addams family. Let them have that. Me neither. Well, it's a good fact though. It is a good fact. I want to go to Indiana and see this haunted cemetery. Or Angeli's, you've got to take her there. You've got to take her. Highgate Cemetery is gorgeous, yeah. I've only been there once, and it was such a long time ago that I hardly remember it. But round Highgate is so beautiful. Round there to walk is so gorgeous. I actually remember more about the buildings. Maybe I should go for a walk up there. Yeah, it's pretty tasty. It's basically vanilla custard with the sugary cookie crust. It's quite sweet, but it's good. Custard. Sign me up for some custard. Sign me up. In Portugal, they do these amazing custard tarts. Like, it's their kind of dessert signature dish. National signature dish. Is that right? Yeah, and it's amazing. I can't remember what it's called, but it is custard cream tarts. I've never had one with the sugary cookie crust. I've got to say, it's probably a bit too sweet for me, but custard, sign me up. Sign me up for some custard, please. That would be really nice. I should try one. I've never eaten one before. Yeah, well, the UK, we're not really good for foods and desserts and all that kind of stuff, really. I'm trying to think of like something. We've got actually I tell you what, the UK is really good for baked goods. Let's just say that. One of my favourite baked goods, which I hardly ever have because I don't know where you get them from, is Chelsea buns. And listen to this, guys. Listen to this, all my lovely American people here right now. A Chelsea bun, which originated in Chelsea, in London, in the UK, many years ago, is actually a cinnamon swirl. Oh, now I've forgotten what the name is. What is it called? A cinnamon bun? A cinnamon cream bun? No, a cinnamon roll. Cinnamon roll. A cinnamon roll is a Chelsea bun. OMG. Chelsea buns are great, but the difference is with the cinnamon roll is that they put icing on the top, and in the UK we don't put icing on it. So you do like a little kind of sprinkling of icing, don't you, on a cinnamon roll? But on a Chelsea bun, none of that. But yeah, Victoria Sponge. I mean, yeah, the UK is all about baking, really, which is no wonder we've got a baking show. Because, yeah, I would say that I can't really think all the other dishes, you know, that kind of English food is sort of based on. It's just not really that good. Fish and chips, shepherd's pie. I mean, it's not something you're like, hey, everyone, guess what we do? Oh, I love a good custard tart. Me too, Angeli. Me too. I believe you can get it without the sugar cookie crust. I don't know why I can't say that in one sentence. The sugar cookie crust. It's quite hard to say, actually. Sugar cookie crust, which is what I prefer. Okay. Victoria Sponge is my fave. I've never been to the UK before, but I really want to go there someday. Well, if you ever do, just let me know, and I'll let you know all the good places to go to. All the puddings, all the time. All the puddings, all the time. I tell you what, I couldn't live without chocolate. Let's just say that. Chocolate, and especially this lockdown, right? Don't tell me to go on a diet in the lockdown. I'm eating all the chocolate I could get my hands on. Hot chocolate, chocolate bars, chocolate things in the oven, chocolate cookies. Anything chocolate, bring it on. Cinnamon rolls, they're great, aren't they? Aren't they just nice? But yeah, cinnamon rolls and Chelsea buns are actually the same thing. So you can Google it, Chelsea bun, and you'll see. I'm not good at baking either. I've baked once and I forgot what was salt and what was sugar. And I forgot to put flour in the cake. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Wow. I bet that was a bit of a disaster. I do like some bangers and mash though. I tell you what, bangers and mash are alright. Bangers and mash, that's the thing. Fish and chips is alright, bangers and mash is alright, sausage rolls are alright. I mean, shepherd's pie is alright, cottage pie. They're all okay things, but they're nothing to be like, yay! You know? My favourite cuisine, if there was only one cuisine, and I love all cuisines, I don't think there's one that I don't like, but if I had to live on one particular cuisine, it would be Mediterranean, because I feel like it's really healthy if done well. The dishes are really broad and varied, you know, hummus, tara masalata, sea bass, you know, all the bean dishes they do, spanakopita, which isn't really healthy but it's so nice. What's your favourite cuisine? Let me know in the comments. It seems like America is known for its deep fried greasy food. Yeah, America is known for deep fried greasy food. Yeah. And the UK. Oh, it's not really deep fried, but it is. I mean, fish and chips is right. Fish and chips is just a greasy fried, deep fried meal. Chocolate is delicious. I've been going through the same thing. I've been eating a lot of cookies. Yeah, I'm just like, oh, there are some people that have lost weight in the lockdown, and I don't understand. I do prefer cinnamon rolls with no frosting, so I would probably enjoy a Chelsea bun. You really would. You really would enjoy a Chelsea bun. They're so good. And I haven't had one for such a long time. I'm just going to make some. Yeah, Mediterraneans have great flavours and healthy seafoods. Yeah, that was what I would go for if I had to stick with one thing. Like what I eat the most on a regular basis. It's just Mediterranean all the way. I gotta run. It's almost 3 and I didn't have my lunch yet. Really enjoyed the stream. Have a great day. Bye. It's lovely to meet you. Thank you for joining, and come back next week. Come back next Wednesday. Bye. So I've got a painting here that I was gonna like dive a little bit into, but what I really wanted to kind of talk to you guys about this week was really the fact that this is a weekly check-in. So more important to me than doing an artwork and spending time making something here is for us to have this kind of connection on a weekly basis, having a chat, talking about our work, talking about whatever you want to talk about, and feeling really supported within the community. That is my number one reasoning and purpose for being here every Wednesday. So I really wanted to hit that home. So if I don't do even any painting today, it doesn't matter. But I do have one here. I can talk to you about it actually, what I've started doing. It's such a beautiful painting. I'm so excited about it. I also love Mediterranean cuisine, but also Asian food. There's lots of fresh food. Yeah, of course. I mean, obviously I'm not saying that it's the only healthy food. Of course not. Yeah, I mean, which is the other one that I really like? Vietnamese do this really nice dish called summer rolls, and they are so fresh. It's unbelievable. They just basically grab massive loads of herbs and chopped vegetables, put them all in like a rice flour see-through type of pancake, and then you can have it with fish or meat or whatever you eat, tofu, whatever you want, and then they roll it up, and it's like one of the freshest things that I've kind of ever eaten. It's so nice. I'm getting a bit hungry now already. I'm getting a bit hungry. I haven't had my dinner yet. Yeah, I'll come back next week. Be lovely to see you. Stay in touch on the socials if you want to in between times. Bye for now. Bye. I'm vegetarian, so my cuisine options are limited sometimes. Well, I'm pescatarian, and I pretty much eat vegetarian most of the time. I only really eat fish like once a week. So there are loads of things. Don't even get me started. I could go into it. I've got to go now too. My school break is about to end, so this stream was so much fun. Take care. Bye bye, Alicia. Lovely to have you. See you soon. All the best. Stay in touch. Those are really yummy, fresh Vietnamese. Oh, egg rolls. Oh, well, these ones are called summer rolls. If you've never had them before, try and get hold of some. I mean, it's even better going to eat in person, but obviously we can't do that right now, which is very frustrating. But they're really, really easy to make. Actually, I might make some because they're so good. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the painting that I'm doing. I don't know actually if I'm going to do any painting today, but I'm going to talk to you a bit about the painting, and then I want to read you a little bit. I've got a new book, so I want to tell you about that, all right, as well. So that's what's coming up. I love Japanese cuisine. My favourite food is a sushi roll with cucumber, rice and seaweed. It's very simple but really refreshing. Oh my gosh. Yes to sushi. Sushi is so good, and one of the best kind of like takeaway foods I think you can get, because it's really good for you, especially if you get like really freshly made. It's so good, and I love having like the ginger at the end and the wasabi. Oh, did you know incidentally that most wasabi is actually horseradish? It's not actually from the wasabi plant, because the wasabi plant is actually too expensive to cultivate and process and all that kind of stuff. So it is actually mostly horseradish. It tastes like horseradish, and you probably think it's horseradish, and it is horseradish. Fun fact, I read that somewhere recently, I can't remember where. My sister is pescatarian, so we eat a lot of fish together. Oh, how nice. I think Japanese is what I would eat all the time if I was rich enough. It's true, right? Grab yourself a professional live-in chef and have all the sushi that you ever desired. That's a nice visualization to have, isn't it? One day when I have my own chef, they will make me sushi all the time. I think sushi is really good. It's actually not that difficult to make, but it's still time consuming, and you can't actually eat too much of it because it is filling, isn't it? So you can kind of make a lot. It's a good sort of gathering type food, like a little snack for like loads of people to have. I'm lucky enough to have found a pretty cheap sushi restaurant that's affordable for me. Well, lucky. How good is that? These are the good times. I can also make simple sushi, so that helps. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yes. All right. So let me tell you a little bit about the painting that I'm working on. So this here is a painting. I'm in the bottom corner now. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm still here. Don't worry. Still chat away to me. So I'm starting this painting. Let me show you what it actually looks like. Tuna sashimi. Yes, please. Get on down and groove with that. So this is oh, hello, how you doing? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. How you doing, sweet pea? Welcome. We've had a good old chit chat. I haven't done any art. We're having all the good old chit chat times, talking about foods, our favourite cuisines. So I was going to tell you a quick little bit about this painting. This is another Nicholas Roerich painting. This is called Stronghold of the Spirit. How gorgeous is that? It's called Stronghold of the Spirit. This is the stronghold, and here you've got some like Sherpas or monks going up to the stronghold, and it's obviously set in the Himalayas. I think it's absolutely outstandingly beautiful painting. It was painted in 1932 by an artist called Nicholas Roerich, who's a Russian painter, was born in St. Petersburg, which is a place incidentally I was going to go to before the lockdown happened. Yeah, I absolutely love it. The colours just draw you in. I love that it's kind of primary colours, but all tints of primary colours, so it's a little bit different. I love the way that most of the action is happening in this bottom right hand corner. And I feel like it's going to be a really easy painting for beginners, so that's why I'm kind of giving it a go here, and I'm working it out currently to see if it will be a nice lesson to put in the academy. So let me know if you think it's a nice painting. Let me know if it's something that you would like to paint. I just think it's stunning. I can't get enough of it. Yeah, and as you know, I have already done a Nicholas Roerich one up here, which was called And We Shall Not Fear, I think it was called And We Shall Not Fear. And the whole thing is again, it's set in the Himalayas. A lot of Nicholas Roerich's artwork was set in the Himalayas, and you've got these monks here, and there's a bear, and it's called And We Are Not Afraid. That's it, it's called And We Are Not Afraid, because they're not afraid of the bear. And obviously there's like a little temple in the corner there, mountains, winter time, gorgeousness. This is what I really like about this one, is that it's set obviously in the Himalayas. It looks cold, obviously, because of all the use of blue, and therefore it kind of gives you the impression that it's winter time. And I just feel like it's like, this is our castle. We're all kind of constantly on these journeys going home to our castle all the time. So I feel like it's kind of really appropriate for now. And the title, obviously, Stronghold of the Spirit, is so gorgeous. I can't get enough of it. Well, it looks awesome. We always end up talking more than drawing on my streams. Yeah, I want this to become more of a place where we have a check-in, rather than it be about creating the art. Because if you want to create the art, you can always go to my art academy. So I want this to be a place where we have a weekly check-in, supportive environment, good times, encouragement, motivation, all that good stuff, right? Honestly, I honestly don't remember how I learned. I've been making sushi for years. It looks beautiful. I'd love to learn how to paint that. Well, stick around, because it will probably be available in the academy next month. So this month the projects are painting the Matisse, so the woman in hat. That one is available for the January projects, and also, as I was talking about before, the creativity games. But I'm going to talk to you about that another time in more detail, because that's just like a whole stream's worth of stuff to chat about, because that is like so exciting. But so I'm working that one out. I'm really, really excited about it. It's going to be really beautiful. The thing that I love about Nicholas Roerich is the use of colour, and if you look at all the paintings that I've done on all of these streams, and everything that I offer is all about like maximum colour. Like, when you get colourful, you just get happy. Like, putting a bit of extra colour in your life. I know it sounds cheesy, and I almost don't want to use the word happy, because it's so kind of sort of such a vacant word in a way. It's like, what is happiness? I'd rather be kind of consistently focused and consistently clear than happy, in a way. Do you know what I mean? Like, happy seems like kind of this fleeting thing, but other words to describe it are kind of motivated, uplifted, eager, excited, all that kind of stuff. And when you get immersed in colour, the thing is looking at a piece of art obviously makes you feel amazing. If it's something that you resonate with, looking at a piece of art will make you feel really great. But if you try and create that piece of art, you get a whole new perspective, like a whole complete fresh perspective on what it's all about, what it means for you. And also, just like, it brings you, like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, it helps you to feel like you've got more confidence to make your own things. So if you don't know where to start in art, you're just confused, you're like, I want to get creative, but I don't really know exactly how I'm going to do that. When you look at famous artists' work that you like and you can relate to, which is hopefully the ones I'm choosing, then you can get this fresh perspective, and it will give you the confidence and motivation that you need to eventually make your own things. So yeah. So there you go. Right, I'm gonna have a little cup of tea now. So I got another book as a present for Christmas. Do you remember how I was reading before? I was reading The Secret Lives of Colour to you. Well, I got another book. My partner is on it, and I have so many books about colour. I've had so many books about colour over the years. Like, honestly, I've read it, and to be honest, this book is really good, but it isn't really anything that I hadn't read before. So as much as it's really cute, I think it's really good as a little introduction to colour, but it's not gonna like blow your mind or anything. But I did want to read you a little bit from the book, because I thought, since that painting's got all blue in it, I thought I'd read you a little bit about blue, if you fancy this little page here. What a motivating speech. Well, you know, that's me. Thank you. Oh, I've seen that book. Have you? Have you? It's like I said, it's really cute. It's like you can read it like in a day. It's really nice. It feels really nice. But it's not really telling you anything you don't know if you're into that kind of thing. If you're not into it, if you're not really into colour, then obviously it doesn't really matter. But or you might want to get it if you haven't really looked at that kind of thing before. But if you're kind of into art already, it's sort of like it's a really good coffee table book. Like if you're trying to get someone into something, then it's good, right? It's by Karen Haller, because obviously, I want to mention who it is by. But I was going to read you a little bit about the psychology of blue, because this is really interesting. Because one thing about this painting here, which I love so much, is the use of blue. Blue is my favourite colour. Blue is so many people's favourite colour because it's so calming. It makes you feel so relaxed. Oh, a person is back. Emma is back. I had to grab a chocolate. So hungry talking about all that food. Right? It's true, I haven't had my dinner yet. It's making me hungry. So yeah, I love the use of blue in this, and I often choose paintings to teach that have one technique or two techniques that you can take away and explain colour in a particular way. So with this one, you've obviously got a really beautiful use of colour. There's multiple blues in here. There's warm blues and cool blues. Did you know that was a thing? Did you know you could get warm blues? Did you know that? Now you do. So in that painting, there's warm blues and cool blues. And yeah, so I thought I would talk about, I was going to do a bit of painting, but like I said, I really just got it here as backup. But I want to read you a bit about the psychology of blue. Sorry, dealing with kid stuff. Gonna share, be right back. Oh, thank you, sweet pea. So don't forget to eat and hydrate. I love all these. You know what? I've been watching some live streams of people, and it's like a thing, isn't it now, where people remind the person that's streaming to hydrate, which I think is really sweet. I didn't know that actually. Yeah, it's a thing now. I didn't know that till the other day. Yeah, so I'm going to read you a bit about blue, if you fancy. Okay, the psychology of blue, everybody. The positive psychological traits of blue. Blue is the colour of sky and sea. Time again, research shows blue to be the world's favourite colour. There you go, so you're not alone, Angeli. Perhaps because we are surrounded by it. Remember that blue is a psychological primary colour and affects us mentally. Some of its positive mental attributes are logic and clarity of thought. Don't we all like to have a bit of clarity of thought? And isn't that something I just mentioned earlier? Clarity is almost more important than happiness in a way, because clarity is steady and happiness is like up and down and almost a bit illusory for some people, you know. I didn't know there were warm and cool greys, but I didn't know I knew there were warm and cool greys, but I didn't know there were warm blues. There you go. You learned something today. How good is that? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I didn't know blue could be warm. Oh, right. Okay. Yes. Okay. I'm with you. With you, Angeline. Lighter tones of blue are associated with mental calm, serenity and reflection. Don't we all just love a bit of self-reflection? And creativity is all about self-reflection. You have to give yourself the time to self-reflect on things that you're doing, and kind of in life anyway, but with creativity. This is an art stream. The adverse psychological traits of blue. Too much blue or surrounding yourself with the wrong tone of blue. Now, wrong tone just means the wrong tone for you. Doesn't mean that there's a wrong tone, because there isn't a wrong tone of blue. There might be a wrong tone of blue for you, right? And you could find, okay, so let's say that again. Too much blue or surrounding yourself with the wrong tone of blue, and you can find yourself feeling and coming across as aloof, cold and uncaring. Even though blue is the world's most favourite colour, used in the wrong context, we can become wary of it. Can you think of a context in which blue makes you feel wary? That's quite interesting. I'm back! Everybody say cheers in the chat. Cheers! You gotta have a drink after you say cheers. Yeah, that's why there is a sort of difference between happiness and joy. I read about in the Dalai Lama's Art of Happiness. Well, there you go. I agree with the Dalai Lama. Okay, when we see... Oh, here we go. Here's some examples of when blue can make you feel wary. When we see blue food, for example, we instinctively respond to it as poisonous and unsafe. Just thinking of blue strawberries or blue meat is enough to make your stomach turn. There is actually no such thing as blue food. And if you're about to say blueberries, take a closer look, because they're actually purple. Blue is the colour most likely to suppress the appetite. When we are lost in thought, we are less likely to be focused on our stomachs. OMG, we found a way to lose some weight if you need to, and I'm sure you don't, but if you do, surround yourself with blue. It's an appetite suppressant. How good is that? Blue can be dark and scary, right? If it's really dark, I find navy blue or even just a tiny bit darker than that to be very solemn. Like it's a solemn colour. I think like an incredibly dark blue makes me think of a deep, deep ocean, which is unsettling for me. Isn't that true? See, that can be really adventurous for some people, but really unnerving for a lot of people, and I'm one of those. Like, that doesn't make me feel comfortable. I'm like, don't take me to the deep blue sea. I'm good. I'll be here on Earth. Thank you very much. Leave the oceans over there. Donna, welcome, sweetie. How you doing? Happy Wednesday. How are you? Welcome, welcome. We're talking about the psychological traits of blue right now. That's it. I need a blue kitchen. OMG, get down on it. That is a good idea. A kind of blue can look mouldy or off-kilter in art. Maybe if it's like kind of got a bit of grey in it. Like if it's a dusky kind of blue. Blueberries are purple. My whole life has been a lie. They're actually purple. But what can we do? We knew that really. Yeah, I see the deep ocean thing. I forgot what that phobia is called. Oh, is there a technical name for it? There's a scientific name, everybody. Oh, Mira, you're still here. How fabulous. That dark blue is great on a suit. I am very scared of the wide open ocean too, even though somehow been diving in it. Yeah, right. How is that? Like when you're on holiday or vacation, you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go diving now. You're like allured by the like a beautiful coral and all that kind of stuff, and then really they like want to get you to go deeper and deeper. It's like, no, I'm all right, I'm good, thanks. Like, as I said, I'm just gonna stick on the ground, stick on the earth. Thanks very much. I'm good. I've been watching the news and needing a break. Donna, you've come to the right place. The news is over. It's been switched off. We're done. We're talking about all the inspirational things. We're creative. We're colourful. We're inspired. We're motivated. We're in a different zone now. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. All right. Okay, so we're going back to the stomach thing. Oh, I believe the phobia of the deep ocean is thalassophobia. OMG. Guys, I should start saying now that this stream is becoming educational. Right? We're getting all the educational vibes in here. Only with someone in front of me, right? When I did a skydive, I obviously didn't do it on my own. You never do one on your own, first of all. I think you have to do like 25 jumps before you can do it on your own. And I did a tandem one, and it was scary enough being with somebody, jumping out of a plane with you at the front. There's the sky. I'll tell you what, the actual moment, if you've let me know in the comments if you've ever done a skydive, and you will remember it very vividly, because you have to psych yourself up so much to get in the plane and go for it. And then the moment that you're sitting, because what happens is when you're on the plane, you sit on the ledge and then you kind of like fall out forwards. You don't actually jump, you just kind of topple out. And that moment when you're just about to topple out, your whole body says to you, this is a bad idea. Like there isn't a part of you that says yay. Your whole body is just like, oh my god, no. But then you do it, and it is the best thing ever. It's so much fun. If you've done it, you know what I mean. It's so much fun. And you just like fall for about 40 seconds. It's the most exhilarating thing. And then you pop open the parachute, and then you just like cascade down, and it's so beautiful and so relaxing. All I could keep saying was, it's so beautiful, it's so beautiful, because everything is so quiet. And it's just, you look around and you're like, oh my god, I haven't died, everything's good. It's amazing. I almost drowned at the beach, but surprisingly not afraid of the ocean. Oh, well, that's amazing, Angeli. Good for you. That's really, really good, because that experience would probably make a lot of people scared. So good for you. That's really, really, really good. Left and came back. I love the sound of this book. I have, on the same trip as the sea diving. Oh my god. It hurt my ears and I couldn't hear anything for days. Oh my god, really? Wow. I felt really sick. Like as I was coming down to land, I thought I was going to throw up, but I never did. But I did want to immediately do it again. I was like, I want to go back up. Take me back up. I couldn't even think skydiving. It would freak me out. I like my feet on the ground. I mean, I'm with you. I think that's a natural reaction, right? It's a natural reaction. Let's be here on the ground for sure. Okay, so let's go back to the stomachs. So we're now becoming more familiar with blue in sweets, but brands have had a lot of marketing to do around the use of that colour. They often try and make blue more popular with campaigns that encourage us to take a risk or dare to try it. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, I mean, I can't think of... They have blue Smarties, don't they? That's the only sweet I can think of. Blue Smarties? What other blue sweets are there? I would love to skydive, but my partner won't come with me. Well, you've just got to find someone that wants to. I think I did mine for charity as well. It was a long time ago. All right. Okay, let's do this little paragraph here. So the many tones of blue. Warm blues include sky blue, periwinkle, teal blue, turquoise and cobalt blue. Cold blues, here we go with the warm and cold thing, include powder blue, duck egg, navy, royal blue and midnight blue. See, turquoise. Turquoise is a funny one. Again, it can be warm or cool. I actually disagree with this lady here because she's saying turquoise is a warm blue. It can be cooler because it's got green in it. So if it's a cool green, then turquoise can come off more cool. But if it's a warm green, then turquoise can come off more warm. Do you know what I mean? You got to make your own rules in life. M&M's, of course, M&M's. My sister did the simulated skydiving with a giant fan machine, but I was too scared to try it too. Did she like it? Was it fun? Did she enjoy it? I'm like worn out today. Oh, Halo, I hope this is nice and chill for you. Get some chill time. Make yourself a cup of tea. Make yourself your favourite drink. I might have some hot chocolate after this, actually. All that chocolate talk earlier. Blue is full of E numbers, so you usually have less of them. I think it's the only colour not in Smarties. Didn't they did have back in the day? Come on now, in the 80s, I'm sure they had blue Smarties at some point, and then they got rid of them. You know, I really think that was happening. That happened, didn't it? Tell me it happened, Mira. Tell me it happened. It looks warm to me. Yeah. I mean, it is, but I'm saying if it's cool, if it's got a cool green in it, then it's going to be more. That's because that's what turquoise is, right? It's a mixture between blue and green. Kids always want the ghastly blue ice cream. I'm like, no, you'll go nuts for ages. No. Turquoise is totally a warm blue, light sky blue. I agree regarding turquoise. Do you agree with Angeli or do you agree with me? And it doesn't really matter, does it? Whatever your preference is the one that matters at the end of the day. Would you say turquoise could look warm or cool depending on the colours around it? And that is a whole nother thing, Kat. Of course. Exactly. Silver, gold, etc. Exactly. I mean, pairing colours with other colours is a whole nother thing. This is why, again, it's so good to look at famous artists' work, especially when they have a really bold use of colour, because that's when you get to really understand about that. You can read a book all you like, but until you actually kind of put it into practice, if it interests you that much, then you really get it, because your brain has acknowledged it, and your brain has acknowledged it. I was going to say and what? Your brain has acknowledged it because you've like actually physically done it. It's physically happened to you. You've physically got those opinions. You've physically seen it and you've had a reaction. You've had like an emotional reaction to it. That kind of instills it. That instills that feeling. All the favourite colours that you've ever had, you will be able to relate back to a certain time when you associated with that colour, whether you're conscious of it or you're unconscious of it. There will be a very significant reason why you have a favourite colour, whether you're aware of it or not. Yeah, they had a great time. Yes, they did. Oh, I'll probably do the fan machine. Less chance of dying. Oh, well, you do when you do a skydive. You have to sign a piece of paper that says it's no one else's responsibility but yours if you die. Which is also very unnerving when you sign that piece of paper. You're like, well, I am actually trusting someone who's on my back to know what they're doing. So, but I'm still responsible. It is not for the faint-hearted. They used to have blue Smarties. Thank you, Mira. Thank you. You're probably right. I don't remember that they had blue raspberry pixie sticks, but they were technically white in coloured powder. I don't know what a pixie stick is, but if you want to tell us, that'd be lovely. I think turquoise is usually cooler because of the greeny tones. Yes, Mira. See, I'm into that. That's what I'm talking about. How can something be on the green scale? Scale's not the right word. How can something that's in green and blue be warm unless they're both warm toned? I know this is unrelated, but I would like to share. I'm actually driving to get a tattoo right now. What kind of tattoo are you getting? Let us know. Y'all remember Blue Smarties? Yes. Get in. What's your tattoo of? Okay. The effect of blue on our minds will depend on the intensity of the tone. Light blue is mentally soothing, which makes it a great colour for sleeping and dreaming. The darker and more saturated the blue, the more mentally stimulating we will find it, helping us to focus and boost our concentration. But regardless of the intensity, blue will always invoke a mental reaction. I mean, what was I just saying about memories that we hold within, whether you are conscious of them or unconscious of them? They will invoke a mental reaction. So says Karen Haller. I agree with her. Okay, last little bit I'm going to read you. Turquoise is a blue that is uplifting and rejuvenating. The vibrancy of turquoise energizes and awakens the mind. So this is a hue to consider for the bathroom to wake up the mind in the morning. It's a tone that is likely to create unsettled sleep, however, so it's not recommended for the bedroom. This is what I was saying about it being a coffee table book. This is what kind of it's more about. It's more about what colours you want in your house, what colours you want in your wardrobe, that kind of thing. But it's really useful, and I'm glad I got it as a present because it's nice to kind of just sort of get back into it. And I love colour psychology so much. You must have known that, right? You must have known that about me. Yeah. So basically put turquoise. I used to have a bathroom painted turquoise. Actually, I painted the very first flat I had years and years and years ago when I left home. I painted turquoise incidentally, because it's kind of natural, isn't it? Because you think of water. Turquoise is really popular. It tends to be a popular colour that's available, or you can get all colours now, but back in the day you couldn't really get that many. But turquoise was always available, always a good one. Oh, I want to read one little bit more. I'm going to read you one tiny little bit more because it's really cool and interesting. I hope you're enjoying this. I'm getting a dragon with flowers on my back. OMG. How big is it? How big is it? It will take a while because it's very detailed. Oh, did you find a good artist to do it? Amazing. Oh my gosh. Well, you have to let us know. Send us a picture when it's done. I mean, I know it takes a while to heal, doesn't it? But if you want to send me a picture, there's all my stuff. There's all my socials there. Sounds like it would be amazing. It does. Wow. I think this colour book is better than the other one. More in depth. Yeah, this book is really interesting. I tell you what, the other one is more historical. The one I was reading to you from before is more historical, and it's like got quite a lot of complex words in it, like a complex historical names and things like that, which makes it a bit difficult to read out on the stream. Whereas this one is just, you know, it's a coffee table book, so it's quite easy to read and easy to understand. So I think it is better for the stream for sure. Let me read you one little bit more and then that will be it for today. All right. I'm glad you're enjoying it anyway. I want a new tattoo, but trying to be more frugal these days, right? I think as well, actually, let us know, Emma, if when you get a tattoo, then you kind of want to get more and more and more and more tattoos. So once you kind of get into it, you want to do more, right? It's a bit addictive. I'm going to take up most of my back, so it will take a long time to hit. I'm going to take most of your back. I've got to say, I admire your commitment. I am not a tattoo person. I would not have a tattoo on my body, but I do admire you if you're going full out, full on. That is commitment, and I appreciate that. That is a good quality to have in life, right? Okay, I'm going to read you this last little tiny bit. Blue in action. A lot of businesses in the financial and banking industry use blue as their signature colour. Its positive psychological attributes include honesty and integrity and help a brand to demonstrate approachability and expertise. So I'm sure you can think of tons of brands that use blue as their main colour, namely Facebook and Twitter. That's the ones that I think of immediately, but there are thousands of companies that use blue. Oh, it's very addictive. This isn't my first tattoo. Nice one. Blue is also the colour of choice for the technology industry, as the colour of communication is perfect for social media. There you go. Oh my god, another thing in it that I thought of in advance. Think of Facebook, Twitter and LinkedIn. Oh yeah, LinkedIn is blue as well, isn't it? The technology company IBM is actually known as the Big Blue. Didn't know that. And then the last little bit I'm going to read you. Blue is a good colour for school uniforms. Depending on the tone, blue can help students to focus and concentrate. It can also have a calming effect and open the mind to discussion and the sharing of ideas. Blue, in conclusion, is a very flexible, beautiful colour that most people love. And you'll probably have your own tone of blue, or your own hue of blue, should I say, that you really like. I mean, what's your favourite colour of these ones? What is your favourite colour of those? I have just one real one. I'm addicted to buying temporary henna tattoos. Oh, a henna tattoo is beautiful. I love a henna tattoo. Tattoos are amazing. Yeah, both of my arms are covered and I have some on my legs. Get in there. So which is your favourite blue? We've got navy blue. I bet no one chooses that. Navy blue, sky blue, teal. Teal is so popular because it's kind of like turquoise. Royal blue, midnight blue or turquoise. Yeah, teal and turquoise are very similar. Teal is definitely like a cooler, greener turquoise, and turquoise is more like vibrant, isn't it? Yeah, both of my arms are oh yeah, and I have some on my legs. Blue is the popular kid in the colour school, right? Blue is the popular kid in the colour school. I love the second one, the light blue. Yeah, the light blue's gorge, hey? Really nice. See, that's the calming, focused one of concentration for sure, right? These two here, teal and turquoise, are kind of energizing, good for the bathroom, like she said. Suppress the appetite, good for the kitchen, cat. Sky blue and turquoise, yeah, gorgeous, hey? See, royal blue's not really my favourite. Royal blue's like ultramarine, which incidentally is here, which I've already put on the painting. It's not my favourite blue, ultramarine. It's a bit, for me, I feel like ultramarine doesn't say a lot. But interestingly, in this painting, where the ultramarine, now obviously you can see I've done mine very blocky and I've made a conscious choice to do these sections in ultramarine. But if you look on the painting, these sections here, they actually help lead your eye around. So you've got like this bright blue in here and in here and in here, here and here, and it's helping you lead your eye around from left to right into the stronghold, which is why I painted it first, which is why it's really fascinating, which is why colour is just amazing. Colour is amazing. Conclusions have been drawn. Conclusions have been drawn, everybody. Conclusions have been drawn. I like the middle one or the last one. Oh, you like the royal blue. Amazing. Sky blue is my favourite personally. Sky blue and turquoise. Teal is my favourite too. Royal blue somehow is super vibrant but quite muted at the same. I know what you mean. It's so funny. Royal blue / ultramarine is very fascinating. I did read in the other book that I was reading to you last year that ultramarine was originally extracted from Lapis Lazuli, which is that beautiful like crystal that I can't remember where in the world it's from. I think it's from Brazil, but I think you can get it in multiple countries, but I think it originated in Brazil. But yeah, it was originally extracted from within the Lapis Lazuli because the whole of the Lapis Lazuli is actually made up of various compounds and minerals, and the blue is taken from one of those. So it's not from the whole crystal, it's from an element within it. Mind-blowing. OMG. I think we've learnt a lot today, and I think that is about time to end the stream. It's been an hour and a half. I do tend to stream for about an hour and a half, so that's perfect. We've had a great time. I've done no painting, but it doesn't matter because we've been talking about painting. And like I said, I want this to be a weekly check-in every week that you come to, feel comfortable, feel uplifted, feel inspired, feel you can talk about your work, feel that you can talk about what's going on in the academy, feel like that you can develop and grow as an artist, as a creative person. If you're someone that doesn't view themselves as creative in particular, let me tell you that I've been teaching for like 13 years, and every single person that I have taught in an adult capacity who has ever said to me they're not creative, always, without fail, on every single occasion, produced something beautiful. So even if you think you're not creative, and a lot of people do, a lot of people have had bad experiences with teachers, or just experiences from when they were children and then now they're adults, they just think it's not worth it. Let me tell you, when you connect to your creativity, it makes everything better. It just makes your heart rate lower, anxiety disappear, makes you just feel so good, and it gives you something to focus on, which is so important, especially in these times. Oh, that's crazy. How do you extract a colour from a crystal? How do you crush the stone? Who knows? Who knows? I'm not sure. Google, 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 Google. Google, Google. Google it. It's from the Philippines too. I have some Lapis Lazuli. It's very ultramarine. It's like a semi-precious stone. Yeah, exactly. Oh, from the Philippines. Amazing. Yeah, I'm sure it comes from like various parts of the world, right? It's not clear like emerald or ruby. It's more of a solid stone. I love Lapis Lazuli. I don't actually know why I don't have any, to be honest. But I should get some because it's so beautiful. I think they do crush it. I'm not sure. There's lots of various extracting processes, isn't there? I'm not sure. Well, we've had a good time, haven't we? I hope you've enjoyed yourself. This has been fabulous. I've had a lovely time. Come back next week. Set your reminders. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and ring the little bell. I also post out on my socials every week, so on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Artist Resource. I also put on the Wednesday, so usually in the morning or the middle of the day, I will put up a post saying I'm going live at 7 o'clock. So you can come and follow me on there if you prefer to stay in touch that way. Whichever way you prefer, hopefully I'm on one of the socials that you use. And come back next week. Set your alarms. Some people, let me tell you, Angeli and Halo, Show Enough Studio, have set alarms for this stream, which is so lovely. So set yourself a little reminder in the way that you like to set reminders. And come back next week. Make it the place that you come to connect with other creative people, to get yourself back in the zone if you're feeling a bit off. And we have a jolly time, and obviously it's on the replay as well if you'd rather do that, but it's kind of fun going live. Like, there's some things that I do, like some exercise programs that I'm into, and I always like doing them live because it makes all the difference. Like, if you watch it on the replay, you don't quite get the same experience, right? This has been great. It's been lovely to have you, Emma. I hope you enjoy the tattoo. Send us a picture. I'd love to see. Can't wait to be a new subscriber and watch these every week. Fantastic. Thanks, Leona. Very informative and fun stream for foodies. Well, we're foodies here. Yes, we are. We can talk more about food again. Lots of fun. Good to see you again. Thanks. See you next time. Thank you so much, Kat. It was lovely to see you. Pooja's still here. Yay. Thanks, Leona. Have a lovely week. Have a lovely week, everybody. So nice to see you. Happy New Year again. Mark your calendars. Every Wednesday, 7 p.m. GMT, 11 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern. and whatever other time zone you're in, you're going to have to check that out. Lovely to see you. Stay creative, stay uplifted, stay amazing, and stay being your beautiful self, because the world needs your beautifulness. Alright? Best of luck with the tattoo. Yes. Go for it. Go for it. Thanks so much. Lovely to have you. See you soon. See you next week. Bye.